What's up, YouTube? This is Galactic God, and I'm here for my third straight Sunday in a row of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat video series. This week I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about trading, more specifically about trading with younger players. I want to tell a time of when I was coming home to my apartment, and as I was getting out of the car and walking up, I was kind of flipping through some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I had just bought from Walmart, Target, or wherever. And a bunch of the little kids that were living in my apartment complex saw me flipping through them, and they got all excited and they ran over and they started asking me questions like, "Oh my gosh, you play Yu-Gi-Oh? You know, you collect these?" and all that kind of jazz. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And one of them asked if I was willing to trade with them, and at first I was real kind of standoffish about it because I didn't want to, trade with some little kid or something. But they ended up bringing their cards over. And they knocked on my door and they're like, "Hey, can you trade with us, please?" And I just came out just more or less to humor them. But when I was going through their cards, I noticed they had a lot of really good cards in it. Now this is the time of, Black Luster Soldier, Chaos Dragon, all those kind of cards, Yada, DMOC, when these kind of cards were running rampant. And these kids had all these cards just mixed in with their collection. Some of them kind of beat up, some of them kind of mint. Obviously, they didn't know what they were worth. They just had them in there, just to play random little cards. No sleeves in any of them or nothing like that. And I was kind of stuck with this choice. I mean, these kids obviously didn't know what these cards were worth. But do I just, let them go on their way with them, or, should I try and trade something for them? And so I went ahead and I was like, you know what would you want for this? And I hold it up, Black Luster Soldier or something. And the kid was like, "Oh, let me go through your cards." And he went through and he found a common Summon Skull. And he's like, "Oh, would you trade Summon Skull for it?" And I was like, sure. And went through that with all their really good cards. And I was, kind of stuck. I mean, if the kids would have kept the cards anyways, they just would have got destroyed and damaged. I guess that's, one way you can look at it. Another way is, I ripped these kids off for their cards. But I guess the real question becomes down to, when you're facing that kind of situation, do you think it's right to go ahead and trade the little kids for those cards, seeing as they don't know what they're worth? Or do you think maybe I should trade them something more fair value for them, and they just would have got damaged anyways? Anyways, leave me a comment on what you think the right thing was to do, or, if I did the right thing. And that's it for this week. Alright, it's Galactic God. Out.